Okay, let's go again. We are extending our session for matrix subsetting. Previously we have checked some subsetting option, so how the distributive property actually used here, and what are the matrix output and what are the vector output in such cases. So I'm reiterating that when I use negative numbers, okay, when I use negative indices, in that case matrix subsetting happens. Okay, matrix subsetting, result of the matrix subsetting results in matrix. But when I use a basic such as there is a vector and there is a basic digit in here, so in this case there will be a vector. Again, I can place, if I place there a not available, it will be a matrix, it is not a vector. But for this case, these all are vectors. Okay, this is matrix and this is vectors. But today we are going to check other options. What will happen when I place here a 0? What will happen when I place only one element in the vector? And there are again other options we have to check so that all the concepts are clear, all the concepts are covered. Okay, so let's do it. So we can see here the output is 9. Again, if I use the same distributive property, so I can see that 0, 3 and 3, 3 is here. Okay, so the first, so we can avoid the first row because the first row is nothing but 0, because there is nothing exists for 0, 3. Okay, because matrix already starts from, matrix always starts from 0, first index, so the 0 doesn't mean here anything. So if I took the third row and third column, that is 9, that is the 9. Okay, So yes, again we can see that the previously we have already seen that previously. If I this is something like I place here a comma, but let's change it some a little bit. If I do this, what is the output probably? So for I'm guessing that the output should be like 3, 6, 9, because it is starting from 0. For 0 it will not print anything. That means 0, 3 is nothing. 1, 3 is definitely there is some value for 1, 3, that is 3, 2, 3, 6 and 3, 3, 9. So let's look at it. Yes, 3, 6, 9, and the output is a vector, not a matrix. Okay, so we can also conclude that each column or each row in this matrix is a vector. Okay, and it again clears our definition of this matrix, because matrix are vectors, or we can say matrix are array, because arrays are the extended version of vectors and matrix are arrays. Because why we are not calling these are vectors, because as we can see these have some comma, so that means it is an array. This is one array, another array. Okay, very basic thing. And let's look at this, that what will happen. So I think this should be like similar. Okay, but probably I'm guessing that it will select the third row. Okay, third row and third column. So let's look at this. What will be the output in this case? Yes, again that's the same thing, because it is selecting the third row and third column. But again I want to do one new thing here. Math 1. Okay, minus of C 3. Okay, so this is very complicated. Let's see what is the output. Yeah, we have some values for this thing. Minus of 3 and 3. So we have one output, that is 3, 6 and 12. Okay, so that means this is very interesting to see that we are having this 3, 6 and 12. So all these output from the third column. Okay, but when I see the row, so it is not selecting the third row. So whenever I place this kind of minus sign in this before this C, so that means it is removing the third row and selecting all the rows for third column. Okay, so we can give this analogy here, and let's look at this. Control C, and let's go here. Yes, let's reiterate here. In this case, what will be the output in this case? So let's write the analogy in this case. Okay, that what we can how can we establish the or assume the result? So we can directly say negative sign indicates to remove the third row. Okay, so let's see the output is a vector, or okay, output is a vector. That is again very important thing. So negative sign indicates to remove the third row. This is the first thing. Second thing, we can say that select all the elements in the third column. select all the elements in the third column. For remaining rows. That is the basic understanding of this thing. I think this is the pretty good standard. Okay. And I think there will be an error if I place if I place minus here. I think this is an error. No, this is also the same. Oh, that's really amazing to see that if we place this minus before 3, before this vector and inside this vector, okay, that outputs that gives us the same thing. Okay, that's very amazing to see. So this is same. So yeah, okay, so Control V, which is equal, yeah, we can say that this is equal. That's right. So what is equal? This is minus. If I place the minus here, okay, if I place the minus here and if I place the minus before this, so this is the same output we will get. The negative sign again, this negative sign indicates to remove or to remove the third row. Yes, select all the elements in the third column for remaining rows. So we have to remove the third row and we have to select all the remaining rows. And that is the basic understanding for this output. That's it. And here is the matrix. So if I place the output here, okay, if I want to see the output here, so let's look at this. So if I remove this and 3, 6, 12 will be there. Okay, so output is 3, 6 and 12. So again, there is very important thing that this output is a vector, not a matrix. This output is a vector. Let's go and check for other problems. Yes, so now what will be the output for this? So definitely we will remove the first let's see here. So what we will do, we will remove the first row and we will select the third column for the remaining row. So the outputs must be 3, 6 and 12. Output must be 3, 6 and 12. Uh, 3, 9 and 12. Okay, probably. Yes. I was wrong. I have written it wrong. So that means remove the first row and select the other rows for column 3. That means 6, 9 and 12. That is the thing. Okay. So that's really amazing. Okay. That's really amazing to see. Okay, now let's come here and let's see if I have two vectors. This is very amazing to see. So let's see. So now we are getting a matrix. Initially we got a vector. Initially if I place here only one value, let's say, okay, I will check that. I think probably it is there. Okay, it is there. So yeah, I will check that if I place there only one value, and again we can see here also. This we get always a vector in this case. And if I place here a 2, we get a vector. But when I place vector versus vector, so we get a matrix. That's really amazing. Okay, so again we are going to use the same distributive property here. Okay, so what is given, let's see, and we will compare each output with a distributive property, because that is the best way to learn. And basically it is actually not the distributive property, but it is similar to that thing. So that's why it is the best way to understand this thing. And for my, because for me this is the best way to explain this thing. Okay, for me, because if I use mathematics principle again and again, if you use that, so that is very good for us. Okay, that's amazing to see. So okay, let's do it. So what we'll have 1, 2, and no, we have 1, we will have 1, 3, yes, we will have 1, 1, 1, 1, okay. Then again we will have 3, 2, 3, yes, not 3, okay. So then again we will have 2, 1, yes, 2, 1 and 2, 3. So let's see how we get this thing from here. Okay, so 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, 3, so that means 1, 3 and 1, 2. 1, 3 and 1, 2, that means 3 and 2. Am I getting anything from here? So let's look at the output here. 1, okay, we have got here 3 and 1, 3 and 1 as row, and 6 and 4 as row, 3 and 6 as column, and 1 and 4 as column. Okay, 3, 1, 6, 4. So let's look at here. 3, 1, 6, 4. Where is it? 3, 1, 6, 4. Okay, that is the thing. Okay, so what I have, 1, 3. Oh yeah. So I think I am wrong here. 1, 3, and this should be 1 and 1. So yes, this should be 1 and 1. This is 2, 3 and 2, 1. So if I select 1, 3, this is 1 first row and 3. So I will get here 3 and 1, 1, 1. So the first row is 3 and 1. Okay, and the second 2, 3 and 2, 1. So what will it be? 2, 3, that is 6, and 2, 1 is 4. Is it correct? Yes, 6 and 4 is there. So that's why the output is like this. So that means we are selecting, again I am iterating this, 1, 3, 1, 1. So this is the first row. Okay, this is the first row. This is the first row, this is the first row, and this is the second row. That's why I have give there a good space so that we can understand it more better. So this is the first row, and second row is there. this is good. Okay, so 1311, this is 1311 and 2321, 2321, 2321. So 23 is 6 and 21 is 4. So that's how this result came here. So again, we can solve this thing using the same distributive property of mathematics. Okay. That's very good. Let's look at other problems here. Okay, now we have okay, this. So let's try to find the solution without. Oh, let's try to find the solution without interpreting this statement, or without executing this statement, we can say. Okay, so what is been here? Let's say this. Yeah. Okay, this is the thing here. We have to. Okay, so that means what we have to check here is one. So 1 minus 1 3 and 1 minus 1 will be there. 1 3 and 1 minus 1. 1 comma minus 1 will be there. And 2 3 2 minus 2 comma 3 and 2 comma minus 1. 2 comma minus 1 will be here. So this will be our first row, and 1 3 1 minus 1 2 3 2 minus 1. Okay, so what is 1 3 1 minus 1? Okay, 1 3 definitely we can say, we can directly find, but 1 minus 1 is something different. 1 minus 1 means we have to remove something from here. So if I remove something from here, what does it mean exactly? Let's look at this. Okay, so let's see what will be here. So earlier, let's see previously what we have done when we saw the case of negative numbers. Okay, so yes, we have here some negative numbers. Yes, this is one example of negative numbers. 1 3 minus 1. So when we got 1 minus 1 and 3 minus 1, what we did exactly in this case? Okay, we got a matrix. Okay, for this case we have got a matrix. So when I definitely, that is the matrix. So 1 minus 1 and 3 minus 1. So that means we have to select this first row and third row probably, and we have to select we have to truncate the first column in this case. So that is the main conclusion. So this is the first row and third row. So that's why 2 3 8 9 is there. Yes, that's why 2 3 8 9 is there. So in this case, the concept is totally different, because it is, the output is itself is a matrix, but for this row concept we are not totally getting matrix. So for 1 minus 1, let's say, let's imagine this, that what will happen. Okay, so 3 will be definitely there. Okay, that I can show that 3 will be definitely there. So 1 minus 1, so 1 minus 1. Okay, 1 minus 1, I think I should remove this to 1. Okay, and 2 will be there, or maybe probably there may be some error. So let's run it and let's try to figure it out. What is the solution for it? What is it? 1 minus 1. Okay, this was the previous answer. Okay, this one is the thing. Yes, this have some problem. This have some problem. So in this case also we will get also a problem. Yes. So I think to correct it, we can do one thing here. Let's minus before this C and run it. Let's see. Yes, definitely we will have some values here. Okay, so for this case, this is an error, because it is very complex to determine that 1 minus 1 we have to remove this, but we are getting only 3 here. That is a big problem. So when I do this thing, so let's say, let's change it. Okay, so if I place the minus sign before this thing, okay, so we can say that we have to select 1 minus 1 and 1 minus 3, 2 minus 1 and 2 minus 3. So this means what we do not have to select probably. Let's see what is here. What is the output? Yeah, we are getting a vector in this case, so this is not an matrix. So let's see, this is 2 and 5. Okay, that's really good. Okay, so I was expecting that 2 will be here. Now we can directly say that we do not select this third column and do not select this first element. Okay, and the second thing is 2 minus 3. So that means what is 2 3? Okay, that is the thing. Okay, that remove the sixth element, this sixth element. Okay, and then again 2 minus 1 and remove this 4. So what we'll get, we have in this row, this is a 5. Yeah, so another way we can explain this thing is, let's look at here. We have 1 and 2, so that means select the row 1 and 2 and remove the third column and first column. Select the row 1 and 2, remove the third column and first column, whatever is there, so that will be a vector. That is the best explanation we can give there. Okay, so that means first row and second row remove first column and third column. And for this case, the output is like a vector, so that is also a vector, and vector of 2 5. Yeah, and in this case, let's say 1 4 is there. So why it is 1 4? Let's look at this. So we are selecting first row and second row, and we are removing that third column and second column. Yeah, that's pretty good. We are removing these things. Okay, no, this is these two things and these two things. So that's why what's left here, first row and so that is 1 and 4. That is the thing. That is the output. So will there be any output in this case? Definitely, there is definitely will be some output. in this case also. Okay, so again we will check this further things in the third part. Okay, otherwise the video length will be really long and that will be really problematic for uploading. So since I can only upload 16 GB, so that's the thing. We are pausing this recording.